What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Anti-Gravity Room. Today we are opening some Marvel Legends. I have the Taskmaster from the newest Captain America series. He is part of the Mercenaries of Mayhem with the Onslaught Build-A-Figure wave. This figure actually looks pretty cool. He comes with two heads. He comes with his Taskmaster energy sword shield. He doesn't come with a fucking cape, though. What's up with that? Anyway, let's take a look at the back of the box. And there's the back of the box, powered by disguise and mimicry. These villains can be, or may not be original, but they can be deadly. I'm sorry, I have 42 minutes blocking that part of the paragraph for me on my camera. So you got Taskmaster and Demolition Man on the bottom, and then on the very bottom here you got the Onslaught wave. Tells you what, who's, and what. If you need that, just to give it a little pause right there. Alrighty, let's crack this bitch open. And there he is, out of the box. Taskmaster in hand with energy sword. Now, this isn't the most exciting pose, and I'll get into why that is in a minute when I do the articulation part of the review. One thing I can say, though, is it's a nice looking figure. I think it looks nice. Some people have had some gripes about it. I know Shardamus didn't like that it didn't come with the cape, and that is fucking whack that it doesn't come with the cape, especially considering it comes with the classic white head, but no cape, which is kind of fucked up. But, you know, I don't know. It'd be like classic Adam West Batman, but without a utility belt with shark repellent or something on it. You know, you need that. That's like the accent that makes him what it is. We'll just do a quick rotation around here so you can check out the back of him here. He has like a little gun holster and whatnot there, a little belt. And he has some armored up legs, but there he is in his entirety right there. And let's get into the articulation, because this is where I start to get in my problems with this figure. I'm just going to strip the shield right off, which has a little clip. You can just clip it onto his wrist there, or it has a little plug. You just put the male and the female, and you know, you mix it together, and they hold the shield and they make a baby. So there you go, there's that. We'll get rid of this sword thing, which is fucking hard to get out of his hand. Alright, so here's where I get into my gripes with this figure. The head actually looks nice, and it can come off, which is kind of nice. And you can, you know, interchange it with the other Taskmaster head, the Casey Jones looking one, which is probably more fitting considering that's what matches this particular outfit. The head is hard to get on because of the hood that's loose from the actual head of it. You cannot put this head on, which is the Build-A-Figure piece for this. I've tried to get it on. You can't. Nice detailing. I actually like this head probably more than the actual Taskmaster head. It's got the nice teeth. It's got the detailing in there. Excuse my wound right there. And he's got these nice little yellowy teeth. I like that. He looks good. Anyway, getting back to it. Articulation. Up, down, left, right. Pretty good head-wise. This is where we start to get into it. Okay, first off, he's got these fucking stupid holsters, which look like they have a gun, but you can't take it out, which is like typical of Hasbro's crappy manufacturing. Will give you some shitty props that do nothing you can't use and to fucking also inarticulate your figure, but that's expected. Because of those holsters, they kind of get in the way of the shoulders a lot, and let me tell you, these shoulders are not great. So first off, if I wanted to move his arm, that's as far over towards his chest as I can move his arm, as you can see. It's pressing and rubbing. So you can get it about to his nipple or his tit. So if you want to have like a cool sword pose, you're going to have a real hard time with this Taskmaster. He also doesn't have double jointed because of the armor here. You can't even straighten out his arm. It does have swivel here, and it does have, it doesn't even have wrist. It has like wrist rotation, but can't even swivel the wrist properly. So that's really disappointing for a character who specializes in guns and swords. It's like weapons, basically. You can't fucking move his arms, which is crazy. The other arm's no better. Same thing. You can't move it. You can't move it past his chest. Really disappointed, Hasbro. Like, come on, guys. That's embarrassing. You can move him back and forward. He does have an ab crunch, which is nice. He does have this belt, which is independent, but again, it's not like the Craven belt where you could take it off if you wanted to. It's independent, but it's fucking stuck on there. I really wish they'd stop doing that. Don't make things independent if you're not going to make them movable or stuck. It just makes for a shaky, shittier kind of figure. I don't like it. Please stop. Other thing we have here is the legs. Again, same problem. You have the belt here hitting this armor in the legs, and you can't move the legs over. You can't rotate them higher than this because the armor is going to catch here, and you can't do, you know, You can't do anything with this. You can't pose him properly. The knees are fucked with the armor. The legs it does have a nice ankle pivot, which is great. You can stand them up well, but you can't pose them at all. So yeah, it's really disappointed with the articulation level that Hasbro they seem to not give a fuck, and it's disheartening to me because we have to buy all these 7 figures to get the Build-A-Figure thing, and we're buying figures all the time. We're spending money. Toy business is booming more than it ever has been in the past probably 6-7 years. And yet the quality is declining. They're getting cheaper and stingier, and I don't fucking understand why. And I really hope Hasbro or somebody at Hasbro can see this, because this is unacceptable. The quality of these superposable collector's figures for basically $30 Canadian is unacceptable. He looks nice enough, but again, it doesn't. If you're touting an articulated thing, it doesn't matter how nice it looks if I can't pose him. This is like I could buy a McFarlane toy that barely moves at all, but it looks fucking a million times better than this. So if that's your philosophy, you guys need to change your philosophy. You need to pick one or the other, articulation or looks. But you can't have this half-assed version of both, because it's disappointing. And especially with the reason I sound so agitated and angry is because Taskmaster is a fucking cool character. He is a badass, and I do not feel like they did him justice. He's no cape. Alrighty, here's Taskmaster's size comparisons. We're going to compare him to another figure in the way, Scourge, who's a little bit taller than normal, and he is actually well over Scourge's height, which is nice. So Taskmaster is actually one of the taller figures to come out to date. I'll put him next to the next tallest figure that is not a Build-A-Figure, and that would be Kraven the Hunter. That's come out in the last couple of years anyway. And Kraven the Hunter, if he can stand up there, is just slightly... Well, as you can see, he's just slightly taller than Taskmaster. Taskmaster actually comes in at a measurement... let's take a guess here. I'm going to say 6.5 inches exactly, but I have a feeling it's going to be maybe a little bit more. Yes, almost 7 inches, 6 3/4 inches. So Taskmaster is definitely one of the taller figures in the set, which is good because he's a big guy. So that at least they got that part right. So yeah, my review of this Taskmaster is not good. I do not recommend picking this up, because you'll probably be like me, where you'll just be in a rage. You'll be like, wow, I really like Taskmaster, and they fucked him bad. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about picking them up. And make sure, if you like this video, to check out the videos we have for other Marvel Legends openings right here on here. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And take care of yourself. Ciao.